One, high, low, high. What this film ended up being is totally different from its initial conception. Talon, from the Shadow of Mordor games, is bonded with a wraith, Calibringmor, which in turn inspired me to create a character which I call the Wraithwalker. I wrote the script several times until I realized the major problem. I didn't have a core. So I looked into my other influences, such as the Northmen and Arthurian legends. That's when I realized my core. A lot of medieval and fantasy stories have a character who must fight someone or something to become worthy and wield a magical weapon, which got me thinking, what is that thing that stands in your way and makes you feel unworthy? Ishani versus Deleshi. Once I figured that out, I got to choreographing the fight scene without really writing a script. I wanted to figure out the story physically through the fight. To Ishani, the fight is not only a fight against unworthiness, but it's a fight for her people who are being invaded, which we allude to in the beginning of the film with the marriage of sounds and visuals. She needs a sword to protect them. And the story for Quest of the Sylvan Blade was born. It was only after I brought on an amazing production designer, Rossana Maisonet, that I actually finally wrote a script. Pro's eye for detail really elevated the film and brought the scope that I was looking for. Everything from the Leshy to Ishani to the skeleton to Patricia! Patricia, no! Ishani's sword is a LARP sword that I purchased from the store Cult of Athena that rode dirtied up and made it look less rubbery. Nobody can match my power! But what is costuming without an actor to put them on? From the get-go, I knew I was going to cast Michelle. I already knew she was good at fight choreography, and she's an amazing actor. However, finding the Leshy was quite the process. I was in talks with 2 different actors, and unfortunately, nothing was ever solidified with that. And if I couldn't get anyone casted, I would have to scrap this project. And I was really starting to get worried about casting. But thankfully, that's when Irving joined the battle. I actually met Irving through Michael. Michael casted him in another project called Ravagers, a short horror film that's coming out later this year on October 30th on Halloween. So you get double the Irving for 1 year. After talking and a quick choreography audition later, and I had found my Leshy. We shot this film at a location I've been wanting to film for 5 years, and luckily, no permits were needed. Take that, I believe in fairies. On the day of the shoot, we split up into 2 teams. Team 1 went to location, got everything ready there, and Team 2 stayed behind and we got actors into makeup and costuming and we got all of that ready.
Girly.
Anything you want to say to the cast, crew, the fans?
I love you guys.
Now this is the part where I shout out my epic crew. Shout out to Andy Rivas, who was in charge of makeup and any art needs, Miguel Diaz, who was on Rossana's art team, James Rivera for the awesome BTS photography and making the map that Ishani holds in the beginning of the film. Jorge Arias, who is an absolute trooper, getting his food, being grip, and just being open to anything we needed. Super thanks to Alexia Marie, who was our first AD. We spent weeks scheduling everything and making sure that we all had a great shoot. And you can also see Alexia in Haunting for Canterville, which has premiered already, so go check that out.
But yeah, I'm a mythical creature called Leshy. I think it's a Slavic mythical creature, if I'm not mistaken. And then I read up a little bit on it. It's actually pretty cool myth. To some people, it's real. So you got to be careful next time you're in the woods. You might get hit by the Leshy.
Shooting went by so smoothly. We practiced parts of the choreo, then we'd film it a few times until I knew that we had gotten to shot. Whenever I had to pull my attention elsewhere, Michael would help teach the choreography and supervise the actors while they practiced. And I've got to give big props to Michelle and Irving. I had them swinging swords, which is honestly the biggest mood.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling bad. It's just fine. Yep. No, I'm fine.
Running around, falling on crash mats, all in the hot sun in the middle of the woods. I really put them through an extensive workout. I applaud everyone on my team for a round of applause for bringing up their A game. I am super proud of everyone's work, and I hope everyone had fun. It was around this time where I contacted our composer, Ivan Dush. He is a master at what he does, and he is an amazing collaborator. He just understood and got what I was going for, and even added so much to the score of the film that I couldn't have ever imagined.
I mean, with Hero's Journeys, there's always this thing about fighting your own demons in a way, and the Leshy wasn't much of a monster in that sense. I mean, it was a trial for her. I mean, I wanted people to be sort of afraid because in my head it represented sort of the darkness within any of us. But it's sort of, in the music's thinking of that. It's not a monster really. It's sort of a nature expression. I thought it's more as a nature elemental or something like that.
If you're a creative person and you need music for your project, I highly recommend Ivy. And the final step, sound design. I knew that creating a soundscape completely from scratch is a challenge that our sound engineer, Rob Mata, was totally capable of. He's actually done this for us before on our Christmas short film, Never Too Old, which we have released last year. You can see it here. The guy is a wizard when it comes to sound, and ever since Never Too Old, he's been our guy.
Part of the magic in Sylvan Blade, the magic is very verbal. In Sylvan Blade, like words are magic. So in my head, I was listening to like the whispers in the music and making it so that that's what we're going to put in the sword. That sword kind of like speaks for itself. Like it's like the ringing of the sword. The Sylvan Blade is its voice, you know. And then when the Leshy gets stabbed of the whispers leaking out, that was just the cherry on top, you know.
He took the voiceover that we recorded, and he also recorded some voiceover too. The sound effects, the ambience, the music, put it all together and really got Quest for the Sylvan Blade into its final glorious stage. So please, go ahead and watch Quest for the Sylvan Blade. I do not care if you've seen it already. You will watch it again. And don't forget to check out our merch store. It truly helps us make projects like this even better. Like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget, my name is Domingo Montoya. You have killed my father. Prepare to die.